Sometimes you hear about something that you just don't think is possible, and then someone shows you a video of it, which makes everything seem even more absurd. But then your mind goes completely haywire when you realize that deepfakes and Photoshop exist.
Special gift, he solved 3 Rubik's Cubes in 4 minutes and 31 seconds.
However, in case you're still in need of some dated but trustworthy video evidence, we've put together a selection of odd and fascinating videos for your viewing pleasure. After all, this is the internet, so who knows? Here are 10 moments you wouldn't believe if not filmed. Number 10. Now, you've probably heard that goats are amazing climbers. After all, mountain goats can literally navigate even the narrowest ledges and scale the sides of seemingly vertical cliff edges thanks to their grippy hooves and impressive balance. But would you have ever imagined seeing a herd of goats ascending the side of a man-made dam? The goats that you see here have climbed the vertical side of the dam in order to lick the minerals and salt off the walls. Despite their obviously precarious position, these goats can even be seen fighting it out to get themselves a better and more delicious place on the sheer drop. These insane images were finally captured by the camera, and nobody believed what they were seeing. Number 9. Watching some CCTV footage of people slipping and falling on the icy streets of a city in Ukraine on a freezing winter's day in 2020, we can see that many people were having a very terrible day. One woman especially was having a particularly difficult time navigating the incredibly icy streets. She was wearing a hat, gloves, and a backpack, and she could be seen on the CCTV struggling to stay upright as she made her way through the treacherous sidewalk. Despite this, the poor woman could be seen falling repeatedly, getting back up, and trying again. It's kind of painful to watch. After she tries again 3 times and falls, a stranger then shows up and tries to help her, but they are unable to help her and move on, leaving her to struggle. Number 8. Depending on how you look at it, this street dog in Bangkok, Thailand, appears to be a bit of a performance or fraud. Gas, as the locals nickname the dog, is well known for his attention-grabbing habit of dragging his leg behind him as though it were broken, but in reality, he is able to stand up on it again and run around without any issues at all. The locals claim that he performs this technique to get people's attention before being fed. However, it's possible that this is just a smart trick that the dog is pulling on people. Number 7. Back in 2011, the Japanese telecom company Dumo devised a brilliant strategy to draw attention to their recently launched product, the enormous forest xylophone. It was constructed with numerous rows of wooden keys, each of which played a different note. After that, a ball was released at the top of the instrument, and as it rolled down the steps of the keys, it played Bach's Cantata 147. It seemed, in essence, like a massive xylophone. What do you think of this remarkable and inventive musical device? Let me know in the comments section below. Number 6. When a pool makes headlines, it's usually not a good sign. In this case, the headline reads, 44 swimmers injured by giant wave at Chinese water park. Yikes. Back in the summer of 2019, the so-called tsunami pool at the Yulong Shuiyun water park in Longjing, China, was closed after a malfunction caused an enormous artificial wave that drowned dozens of swimmers. It's not exactly the best scenario. Many people were injured as a result of the alleged malfunction, which turned out to be the fault of a drunk man who may have fallen asleep at the controls. Not exactly the kind of fun that they were hoping for, as many people in rubber rings found themselves riding atop a massive and uncontrollably rising tsunami, a ton of unfavorable press, and the shutdown of the concerned pool. Number 5. Naturally, residents of California are essentially prepared for the possibility of an earthquake due to the San Andreas Fault. It is a risk, but earthquakes happen frequently enough that most people are accustomed to the effects. However, this woman had an experience that was somewhat unusual, or at least unusual enough to make it onto the local news, and she shared some of the video footage of the event.
So scared. Thought I was going to end up back in that pool.
Deborah was in her backyard swimming pool when the earthquake struck. She tried to get out of the pool, but the shaking was so strong that she had to sit down because it was too shaky to move. Then, the pool started to transform into enormous waves that sloshed everywhere. It was all very exciting for a short while, as Deborah's main concern was keeping her phone dry. You know how important it is to set your priorities straight during a potential natural disaster. Number 4. Doorbell cameras and other home security devices are so commonplace that it seems like everyone is watching everything we do, even the most mundane and boring things. In this video, we see a man returning from a fast food restaurant with his order when he trips on the steps of his porch. These kinds of things happen, and since they can happen to anyone at any time, it's probably not worth getting upset over. We all know what it's like to be kind of there with him when he trips for the first time, and it's not fun. However, when he gets up and gets mad about it, that's when most of the stuff he drops probably wasn't all that bad, until he hurled it across the front lawn in a fit of rage and made the porch all sticky with his soda. Number 3. Yet another dog up to some tricks comes bounding onto the field during a National Football League soccer match in Gori, Georgia. The footballers appear to be more than happy to give that dog a little attention, and the goalkeeper instantly befriends the furry intruder. Football fans can be particularly grumpy about important things like timekeeping because they are all busy and important people, you know. But anyway, there are a few moments of excitable dog action during which a few more players get involved until one of these bright sparks decides to jog with said dog towards the side of the pitch. The dog believes it is playing and willingly participating in the game until he gets to the edge of the pitch, at which point he understands he has been tricked and that the man is not actually trying to play with him but is removing the dog from the field. Number 2. Hundreds of drones were used to create a variety of messages that lit up the skies above Seoul during an event that will remain nameless in 2020. These messages, which ranged from cute and encouraging quotes to serious public health warnings and heart shapes and other cutesy stuff to try and keep the people of South Korea connected and informed, are all very modern and I'm sure motivational and awareness messages.
Motivational and COVID-19 awareness messages.
The drones even succeeded in carrying out a routine that instructed people on how to properly wash their hands, and as was customary at the time, they concluded with a salute to the medical personnel who were working non-stop to assist others. Number 1. Next, we have a teenager from Colombia named Angel Alvarado, who possesses a particularly rare talent.
His special gift, he solved 3 Rubik's Cubes in 4 minutes and 31 seconds.
He can solve 3 Rubik's Cubes in 4 minutes and 31.1 seconds while juggling other things. His performance is impressive enough that our old friends, the clipboard clutchers of the Guinness Book of World Records, verified his efforts and gave him the title of new world record holder for this unusual skill. If that weren't astounding enough, he also holds the world records for both speed cubing and juggling, proving that he had a talent so unique that it was necessary to create a separate category for him. That concludes our collection of the strangest and most unexpected incidents captured on camera from today. Which of these clips shocked you the most? Have you ever recorded something utterly bizarre? Tell me all about it in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.